Hello geeks, I hope you enjoyed Rise of Ronin until now. As you know, the game released last week, and after 130 hours I played this game, or maybe more because of PlayStation doesn't count some of it. I really now want to rank all the kind of weapon in this game. As you know, game give you 9 kind of weapon: spear, sword, odachi, katana, saber, parry sword, bayonet, and a lot of kind of weapon, and some of them is really bad for the game and they doesn't work really good on it, and some of them is really OP by the now, like OXTAIL sword. This one is a really overpower in the game, and I'm sure they will go to nerf this one in the one or two updates they'll give for their games, or like a parry sword, one of the fastest weapon in the game. So I want to rank them from the 9 to 1 and tell you which weapon is good for the game, depend on your gameplay and your game style, to know which is better to play your game. So if you wanna be with me, watch this video till the end, and if you like it, please subscribe to my channel and leave some likes for me, because I am at the start of my way, and if you help me, you help me. Goodbye guys. No, wait. Where are you going? You should stay and watch. Don't go. Number 9, Bayonet. This weapon has a two kind in the game. One work with the simple bullet, and the second one work with the shotgun bullet. This weapon has also three kind of combat style. As you can see here, Bayonet is a really fast weapon, and only the parry sword is faster than this, and you can easily destroy the enemy's key. But the big problem of this weapon is it's really short and your range is low, I think, but it has a good finisher and has a two good point. You can use its bullet without using the real bullet and only use a key for any shoot, shotgun for a short range, and the other bullet for the long range. If you wanna hit the archer, this weapon can be amazing for you, but when it's short you cannot place it more than rank 9. Number 8, polearm. This weapon is the longest weapon in the game and has a 4 kind of combat style which is become available during the story mode. As I said, this weapon is the longest one in the game and you can hit the enemy from the good range, but the nightmare of this weapon is its slow rate of fire between each hit. With this kind of weapon you need wait more than anything in the game, so it can make you very mad and ruin your game and combat, and sometimes you can only hit the enemies in their panic state once and then they go away if you don't use a good combat style and you don't look to the sign behind the enemy's health bar. But if you reach the level 13 and get close to the game and know how you should play, this weapon can be really good. But for the start of the game I didn't recommend this weapon, and I should say you should forget this one and go with the other weapon. Number 7, Greatsword. This weapon is most strongest weapon in the game, but it's hard to use, and it has only 3 kind of combat style in the game, and all of them become available during the story mode. As I said, this is the strongest weapon in the game, and you know what? If something is the strongest, it means it's the slowest weapon in the game. Each hit it's take less time than polearm, but you only can land a 3 hit with this weapon, and you should get back then land some hit, and it use a lot of key. You should really know how to parry with this weapon, and if you go for the roll and then attack the enemy, you cannot hit more than 2 or 3 hits, then it's open the window for enemies to can destroy you. As you can see in my gameplay, I really know how to use the parry, but if I go for the dodge and attack, I will die in any second before I know what I should do. So at the level 13 or more, go for this weapon, and if you are lower than this, forget this one. Number 6, spear. This weapon is the most familiar one and you see in the most of the games, and I don't know why here it has a 3 hit. By the way, it has a 4 combat style. 2 of them become available after 2 bound mission, and 2 of them become available during the story mode. Spear is a little shorter than the polearm and deal I think 5% less damage than it, but its speed is incredibly higher than it, so you can easily lead the enemy to their panic state. Then after it you can land a 3 to 5 hit on the enemy, depends on your combat style, and if you get to know the game how it's work, parry system work, you can be dead machine with this kind of weapon. So I suggest go for this one after you reach to the level 40 and really know how the any system in the game work. So with its speed and damage you can, and its range, you can easily kill any enemy in your way. Number 5, paired sword. This one is really a double katana with the less damage, and it's the fastest weapon in the game, and it has a 4 combat style. 1 of them become available after the 1 bound mission, and 3 of them become available during the story mode. When something be the fastest, it means it's the weakest weapon and use very small amount of ki per each hit, and you can easily land a 12 to 50 hit when your key bar is full. And also, if you don't know how to use a parry system, this weapon can be your best friend, because you easily can dodge away and then land your hits, then again dodge away without thinking about your key. And if you land some wrong hit, you don't need to worry about to be in the panic state. So your level is 12 is enough for this weapon. Number 4, SABER. I think this one is a pirate sword because its shape, and your character always do a really beautiful leg dance with this one. And by the way, this weapon has a 3 kind of combat style, as you can see here, and 2 of them become available during the bond mission, and 1 of them get available after half of the story you done. Saber is a sword for the Western people and one of the easy used weapon in the game. You can use dodge an attack or use a parry an attack, depend on your skill and the level when you get to know how the games work. Also, it's a little amount of damage, less than the katana, but it's faster than it, and also every hit use less key than the katana. So this is one of the perfect weapon in the game, and you can use it every time you want, and don't look to your level. Number 3, katana. This one I think is a main platform of the game because it has a 11 combat style, more than any weapon in the game, and all of them become available during the story mode, and all the character in the game use this kind of weapon, and I think they have a lot of plan for this one. And but because of its speed, range and damage, it plays at rank 3, not number 1, because the 2 other very OP than this one. Katana is a sword for the Eastern people, and you see in the hand of most of NPC when they go to fight. As I said before, this one has an 11 combat style, and you can choose between bunch of them which is fit to your gameplay and the combat you like and how you level up your character. And like the Saber, this one is really easy to use, and it can be used from the start of the game until end of the story without see your level and your skill. You can at the first dodge, then you can use a parry to kill an enemy. If the OXTAIL and the ODACHI not be overpower, this one easily can place at rank 1. Number 2, ODACHI. This one is a really better than the GREATSWORD because it's a little smaller than that, double fast than that, and use a half key than the GREATSWORD, and it's still a damage as same as it, only maybe a little less, and has a 6 combat style in the game. And I think this traditional sword in the Japan after katana, so they do a lot of work on it, and it's placed at the second rank because it has a good damage for its speed and use of ki. If not because of its speed, it can be placed at rank 1. Odachi is something between the katana and the great sword. It's 5% weaker than the great sword and 5% slower than the katana. And about usage of the key, it's incredibly good. You can land a 9 hit with this weapon if you reach to the level 14. So when you at the level 20, this weapon can be your best friend until end of the game if you don't look at its speed. And when you know how to use the parry system, this one can be a deadliest weapon in the game because you can land a 3, then parry the attacks, then land a 3 more hit on the enemy without look to your key. Number 1, OXTAIL BLADE. This one I don't know why plays at this rank. It doesn't has a higher damage in the game, not fast as a parry sword, and doesn't has range like the polearm, but it's a very overpower and can destroy enemies keys at the no time. It has a 3 combat style, and I'm sure the Team Ninja will nerf this weapon in the second update for the game. Oxtail is a really meaning of the overpower in the any game. You can parry 2 hits, then land 5 hits, and then you see enemy are in the panic state without doing anything. As you can see here, with the 1 hit, 30% of his key is destroyed, and I don't know how this happened because it doesn't has a damage like the great sword, but easily can kill any enemy. I fight with my twin with this weapon, and every time I kill him in the midnight difficulty, and I don't know why it's will look like this, but I'm sure they will go to nerf this weapon, so use it before it's get nerfed. Okay, that's all about the weapons in the game. I hope this video helped you a lot, and now you know which weapon is your type and can play the game better than before. So if you enjoyed the video, as I said at the start of the video, please subscribe to my channel and leave some like for me. And if you want, please share it with your friend and leave some comment for me about what you think about the game and what you want to be at in the first DLC for the game. Thank you geeks for watching this video. Have a good time. Goodbye till next video.